What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more BTS. And I'm making an executive decision just to continue with Wake Up 2014, I believe their first Japanese album. But I will go through Dark and Wild once we finish this, so bear with me. I know there was at least one person who suggested maybe I should jump back to Dark and Wild first, but yeah, since I've already started this one, we'll just keep going with it, and then I will switch over to that album, and then we'll see what we can do after that. In any case, the next track is Jump, and it's listed as Japanese version, so I assume this is a track they originally released in Korean, or at the very least that there is another version not in Japanese. So yes, I don't necessarily expect there to be English in the track, though if it is titled Jump, and it's written in English, so fair to say, I'm a bit more familiar with Japanese rock and pop, more than K-pop, or hip-hop, from the Korean musical, musical scene. So in that regard, there are a number of Japanese tracks where there's Japanese and English intermingled, and when we heard, is it To the Stars, From the Stars? It's just The Stars. Yeah, we definitely heard a mixture of different languages, so I wouldn't be surprised that the same thing is happening here. Nevertheless, there's no guarantee I'll have a real sense of what's happening here just based on a first listening, but I will do my best to follow along. Let's give it a listen. This is BTS. The track is Jump, the Japanese version, which is from their 2014 Japanese album, Wake Up. Let's jump. I wanna rewind 10歳のガキが夢見た当時無邪気にアニメ見真似してたソング戻りたいと目閉じ叫んでみても変わらないぞ夢だけ見ている Free 誰が前でいても進むんだ先へと人生一回だってそれgo Let go 何が起きても後悔しないさ上へと行くぜさ飛ばせも Let's jump So can I be the one? Just can I be the one that I stop? Let's jump. When you saw me now, take it all, coming and pump it up. Let's jump. When you saw me now, take it all, sing the jumping up. Let's jump. Tobi the song. Let's jump. Nori the song. Let's jump. 사사와기 나, take it all, sing the jumping up. Let's jump and down. 오늘다가 here we are BTS. 준비가 되기 따라 택택하고 하게라 자기 너 걸어 밑에 다夢口がけどやっとめた俺ら進化系ラップ舞台の上でジャンプ俺らがストーリーでそういう問題ならけど英雄希望性の7年作り出すジャンプシンプルの代わりにステージ So again, we have a lot of lyrics in English there, and also some in Japanese. We have harder, edgy, like hip hop style vocals, but also, and especially maybe in the last minute or so, these more melodic vocalizations and supporting vocal lines, which have more of like an R&B, like pop flavor, more melodic. So I enjoy the balance in both respects, and I'd say like a lot of that feels very like party hip hop, and again like lines that are drawing on like classic references and lines in like hip hop culture, going back, which is to say throw your hands in the air and move your body like you just don't care and rock your body and so on. So a number of phrases that are very much from the hip hop culture going back years. But then I'd say the last minute of the tune, not only did it get a bit edgier, and there's that like really fast vocal section with these like syllabic and fast paced lead vocal, but also that sort of fluttering or fragmented synth line, which kind of has like a dance music, like almost trance style sound. Certainly, again, more pop and dance than what you typically would get in hip hop. So again, there's like different ingredients and different styles and different flavors in this over the course of what, like 3.5 minutes, I want to say? Maybe 4 minutes? Yeah, not quite 4, but yeah, between like 3.5 and 4. And yeah, so for a relatively short track, there's a lot going on. And again, I like how they have these different vocalists where some of them are more like overtly hip hop style, like spoken word rhyming, tougher voiced, and then others where there's these little melodic touches, and then that one that again has sort of an R&B flavor that was very smooth. And that's like I sort of pointed when I first noticed it, because that was like it gave the track like an added dimension when it came in. So yeah, beyond like being there in the moment, moving your body, throwing your hands up in the air, and sort of like it's like party type hip hop. I didn't pick up enough of the lyrics either in English or Japanese to get a sense if there's like something more specific happening here, but certainly that does seem to be part of the meaning. So yeah, I look forward to more, and this is one of like 6, 7 maybe tracks on this album where it has a subtitle saying like Japanese version. So I assume in all those cases there are other like Korean/English language versions of the same tunes, because otherwise it seems weird that you would label a Japanese version. Like if it's on an album where it's sort of directed at the Japanese market and featuring a lot of Japanese lyrics or vocals, then to say Japanese version would seem to be sort of redundant. So again, I'm assuming that in those cases and this case, there are actually other versions of these tracks that presumably, again, are like Korean language, but also probably with English. In any case, as I said, we will go through the rest of Wake Up, and then I'll jump back to Dark and Wild, so bear with me. Let me know what you think of this one, and Luca and I will see you next time. Peace.